Hey guys, my name's Keith Kraker. I'm a registered dietitian and I'm one of the coaches here at Team Biolayne. Today, I want to talk to you about protein and why it's important to hit your protein and how to do so. I have a lot of clients that struggle with protein. That tends to be the common theme amongst people is they tend to have a very hard time hitting their protein targets. And this is common because a lot of the foods that are in circulation and that we eat typically are not super high in protein. So if we're not conscious about the foods that we're eating, we're going to tend to undereat in protein. First, let's talk about why protein is important. So protein is the building block of muscle. It helps maintain and build muscle. It helps keep you full while dieting. It also burns more calories per gram compared to carbs and fats. So if you eat the same amount of calories in protein that you do in carbs or fats, you're going to end up burning more calories processing that protein. So it's a good idea to include it on a diet and have an adequate amount. So the first step to eating enough protein is figuring out what foods are high in protein. Foods that are high in protein are going to be your chicken, steak, turkey, eggs, egg whites, milk, cheese, those kinds of things. Greek yogurt are all going to be quite high in protein. The thing is you want to keep your protein sources relatively lean. So you don't want to have super fatty cuts of meat like ribeye steaks or anything like that, because the more fat you have in the meat, the harder it is going to be to hit your macro targets and stay on track with your protein. So first, figure out what foods are high in protein and which ones are predominantly protein. Then you can move on to the next step of listing all the foods that you enjoy that are high in protein. This is going to be a list of your main protein sources. So I would make this list, then go and grocery shop, make sure you have a ton of these foods in the house so you're not scrambling for protein. Once you know which foods are high in protein, you have a list of your favorites. The next step is going to be to break out your protein target to have meal protein targets. So just having one overarching protein target for the day is nice, but it's also important to break that down individually into each meal, because protein is not one of those macros where you can undereat early in the day and then make up for later in the day. And the research shows this. So what I would recommend is taking that total protein amount and dividing it evenly between the number of meals that you prefer to eat per day. So for most people, I recommend anywhere from 3 to 5 meals per day. So I would take your protein target, divide it by 3 or 5, depending on what you want for your meals. And then that's your protein target for each meal. Another tip would be to have super convenient high protein sources available at all times to you. So these are going to be things like protein bars, protein powder, stuff like that. Having access to that is going to be huge, because if you notice you are behind on protein, you can just top off your protein with one of these foods instead of just letting it go and getting super behind for the day. So having protein powders, protein bars, even like beef jerky, lean meats, things like that you can access easily and quickly is going to really help you stay on track with your protein. The last thing is just going to be making it a priority to get enough protein. If you just wing it and just go with the flow with your macros and just track as you go, you're going to probably be under on protein, just because most people tend to undereat on protein. So make it a priority that at each meal, you are going to include a high protein source. So what I like to do is base my meals around a protein source. So I'll first think about, okay, what is my protein source going to be for this meal? Once I figure that out, then I build the rest of the meal around it. So having that mindset of, okay, what am I going to eat? You first think about protein, then you fill in with the remaining macros based on what you want to eat for that meal. But by thinking about it first, you are going to eliminate the chances of getting behind, because every meal is going to include a high protein source. All right, that's it, guys. I hope this video was helpful. Take these tips into account next time you are struggling with protein, and I promise you that it will get better. If you're new to this, be patient. Protein is a struggle for a lot of people, so know that you're not alone in this, and just be patient, implement these tips, and I promise it will get better. Thanks so much, guys, for watching. If you like this video, make sure to like the video, and I will catch you guys next time.